Hello, well, this is exciting. This is my first blog post. So I thought I'd kick off with a bang with something that's really important to me, with a technique that I use a lot with my clients, and it's super powerful, and that is having a word of the year. So often this is done in January as a main starting point, because people will come into me with the notion of New Year's resolutions and goals and things they want to change in their lives for the year coming, because that's that big crossover time of self-reflection. And I'm not really a big fan of New Year's resolutions because I am yet to see any evidence that they work. They don't. We forget about them. They've fallen off the radar usually by day 1 or 2, let alone month 2, 3 down the line. So an alternative that I like to propose is to have a word of the year. So this is one word that you pick, and it centers you and gravitates you towards being consistent in adhering to this word. Okay, so for example, we might be using the word nourish, right? You want to nourish your body, you want to nourish your relationships. We might be using the word grounded, connection, explore, adventure. Who knows? It's limitless, right? Your word of the year. And then what we do is we reassess and we think, right, how can I stay committed to this word? Committed might even be your word. Each month, at the first week of each month, thinking, am I still bringing this in? And that's another kind of reframe on how we think about things, because often what we're doing is, when we're looking at our goals, we're taking things out. What we really want to be focusing on is, how do I bring this in? So whatever your word of the year is, how do I bring more of that into my life? How do I bring it into my everyday? If your word of the year is health, where am I getting the health in? How am I going to bring health into my day? How am I going to bring health into this hour? And it can really be quite powerful, because it's so much easier to adhere to, and it's so much easier to just bring things in rather than focusing on things that we want to change and take out and remove. How am I going to bring this word in? So my word of the year this year is consistency. I want to be more consistent. I want to be so much more consistent in turning up for my online community. Hello, hi blog, this is what I'm doing. I'm trying to be consistent. And it is now, nearly mid-Feb, and I wanted to do this in January. So have I been consistent at being consistent? No. But, I have accountabilities. I have you guys that can help keep me accountable, and that's what I do too. I help keep you accountable to your word of your year. And I will check in with you and ask you how it's going. Are we still bringing it in? And you can ask me back, how's your consistency going? So try and come up with a word. There is online generators where you can kind of type in a little thing and it will give you your word of the year. Or just write down a whole heap of them and then see if you can pick one. That's what I did. I think I started with about 20, and then I got stressed because I couldn't pick one. So I was like, I'm now failing because I haven't picked my word of the year, and it's already 1 week into January, and I'm too busy obsessing over which word I should pick. Just take the pressure off. Sit down with a cup of tea, light a candle, give yourself a really comfy space when you don't have too many distractions. Jot down a whole load of words and see what jumps out at you the most. And think, how can I now connect to this word? How can I bring this into my everyday? And so for me, bringing in consistency, every week on a Thursday, I'm going to sit down and try and do a blog post. Hopefully, I will be consistent at that, right? Where is your window of time to connect to your word? How are you going to bring it in? Do you feel excited about it? Because that's key. You need to really want this. You need to be excited about it. And then let's start bringing in the self-reflection at the end of each month, at the start of the next one. How committed have I been to connecting to that word of the year? Thank you.